Well, I guess that'll teach me to switch things around right before I start. Welcome. I'm the Rifter, and my gorgeous co-host, Ridiculously Ben, will be joining me probably in a few minutes. Um, Today we are talking about cryptids. If anyone decides to join in this chat, curious, whenever anybody does join, if anybody has ever had any kind of experience with a cryptid. Um, have you seen one? And I'm including Bigfoot. I'm not. I'm not gonna discriminate, just based on, how over. Oh, oh, it's Potato Cat again. I can't hear you. Hang on. Potato Cat. We gotta call each other on Discord, on Discord.
There we go.
Whoops.
I
There we go.
oh, echo.
Potato Cat's gone. Oh, there he is.
Oh, it's because I have your stream on. That's why.
Because I have your stream on. What?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So how you? Yeah. So how
Yeah.
you doing, Rifter?
I'm I'm tired, man. I'll be honest. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. If that makes any sense.
No, believe me, it makes perfect sense. Perfect sense.
I hate you so much right now. What is wrong with you? Don't make crappy puns like that on my show. No. I swear to God, if Potato Cat were here right now, I would grab the back of his neck and rub his nose in that comment like he was smelling a big old pile of crap.
Like
Like you
no,
just bent a fresh biscuit on the
no.
rug.
Oh no.
Jesus. What is wrong with you? Just kidding.
Biscuits.
I did call you my beautiful co-host a minute ago, so at least you got that going for you.
Ooh.
Of course, I didn't know you were
Like
going to enter via Potato Cat either.
I wish there was like a princess thing or something that I could have.
God,
My
no.
Little Pony.
I'm a pony. I'm a pony.
What pony?
Let's see. I kind of want to turn on some visual effects and do like the crazy cool thing you had going on, like the sci-fi crap from
Yeah, I like
last
that one.
time. Did it work? Am I doing it? Is it right?
You are.
Okay.
You're doing it. Yeah, I'm just
Yeah,
eating dinner real quick.
you're
Just
always
got off.
eating when you come on this podcast, and we spend like 20 minutes talking about your big old mouth with those ears and your floppy hands and feet.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got to say too. It's
Hell
terrific.
yeah.
I don't know if I can deal with this crappy effect behind me. It's just I feel like I'm in a D movie. Just like my some of my fingers are gone. I don't know what to do with my hands.
Right?
Yeah,
D
I'm not
movie.
turning that
What's a
on.
D? What's a D movie?
I don't know. It's two steps below a B movie.
Ooh, that's got to be pretty bad.
Yeah, B movies are pretty bad.
What is it? There's actually like an award thing for B movies. It's like the Turkey Award or something like that.
What?
I don't remember. Like Ed Wood would win those movie awards. You know Ed Wood.
Ed Wood.
Plan 9. Wait, was it Plan 9 from Outer Space or something like that?
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Ed Wood.
Tosh, go lay down. You want to come up? Come here. Just stop whining. You can come up and sit with me. Okay. 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 Sit down.
Glenn and Glenda, Jailbait, Bride of the Monster.
Jailbait. That
Yeah, Plan
sounds
9 from Outer
like
Space.
that
Yeah,
sounds like a great movie for kids.
I I don't know if it's really meant to be the way we interpreted it as because it was in like 1954. So,
Yeah,
doggy.
jailbait. Hey, Josh, who do you love? Who do you love? Who do you love? Mama? Okay, get out. Go cast a spell. Your
I heard
15
it.
minutes fame's up.
I heard it.
All right, so cryptids.
Hmm.
Have you ever had an experience with a cryptid? Like that time that Bigfoot abducted you and railed you in the back of that RV?
Uh huh.
Dude, it's so creepy watching you eat with that skin on. I don't know why. It's just like I'm having like legitimate panic attacks about it right now. I just want you to know that.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
no. And the bad thing is a cat has got a triangle for a nose, but not only do you have a triangle for a nose, but you've got this bulbous appendage with a triangle on it for the nose.
Yes.
And then you've got some really broken whiskers that looks like you just got high on catnip and fell and like rolled out of your cat bed.
I recently learned that catnip is good for keeping away mosquitoes.
Really?
I don't know if it works or not, but that, that's what I read.
Hmm. It's a very odd fact. Fun facts with ridiculously Ben people.
I'm
All
full of
all
useless
zero of
facts.
you that are in here watching fun facts.
Hey, hey, hey! There's at
Hey, hey,
least
hey,
two of
hey.
me. There's at least two of me in here.
I was about to say one of them's you, and I don't know who the other one is, but one I know one's you. So anyway, back to cryptids. I'm gonna end up spent wasting the whole hour that we have talking about your stupid cat feet kicking around.
I'll turn it off when I get to the fries. But yeah Bigfoot. I had an experience with Bigfoot when I was a kid.
I know you did. I was telling him about it in the RV. Continue.
Oh yeah.
More details.
Oh, so me and my brother would we had a house in the mountains
Hey,
in
Ruby.
Big Bear, California. Um and My brother and I would stay up late playing Nintendo. Actually, it was Super Nintendo at the time.
Who
Super
didn't?
Nintendo on the TV, and we would just camp out in the living room. And right outside of the living room was the porch, and it was like, um, well, we went to sleep. We passed out on the carpet pretty much, and we heard some like rumbling, and we're like, dude, like something was stepping on the porch. We're like, dude, what is that? That's like nothing should be like out here, and it was too heavy to be like a coyote. It was too heavy to be a mountain lion. I think they have mountain lions up there.
Nothing
Might have
should
been a
be rattling around. That's the first thing.
Yeah, I know. We were like, maybe it's a bear, but it was winter, so most bears would be hibernating by that around that time. And yeah, so we didn't look out the window. We looked through. We had these blinds that had like these little pinholes in them, where you would put the string. So like when you pulled the string, it would bring up the blinds or whatever. So we looked at the pinholes, and all we saw was fur, uh, just fur. And then so we were like, dude, maybe if we like open the porch light, it'll scare whatever it is away if it is a bear. So we turn on the porch light, and it's like a silhouette. There was like a large silhouette. Had to be bipedal unless like the bear was standing up, but it didn't look like a bear. It didn't look like a bear at all. We were pretty convinced we saw it. My brother, he didn't really look too much into it after that. He like went to go wake my parents, but me, I stood there and I'm like, dude, this is this is Harry from Harry and the Hendersons, and that was like a popular like show back then. So we're like, oh shoot, it's Harry. But
Yeah,
if
I
you
love
remember
that
Harry
movie.
and the Hendersons, when he's scared, he didn't seem very friendly. So it scared the crap out of us because we didn't want to scare it. And like, I don't know. It was, yeah. I'm still convinced it was a Bigfoot.
So
California.
is this the whole thing where it leads up to you being terrified of Bigfoot? Because I know you have a very irrational fear of like even photos of Bigfoot. And Ruby so
Yeah.
nicely put a nice big poster of Bigfoot near where you stream.
Oh yeah. They do this. They got me T-shirts. Sent me other like coffee mugs and a little bit of Bigfoot memorabilia here and there. Like I could handle some stuff, but like the more the more realistic stuff, really like yeah. The more realistic stuff's like no,
So
can't do it. Like
I
I can't
got
watch Harry Anderson. I'm like hell no.
I got my coworker a long time ago. It's a shirt, and it's a picture of Bigfoot riding Nessie, like the Loch Ness monster, with a sombrero on and holding up a beer.
Hell yeah, I could do that. I'm all
it
right with that.
it was pretty amazing. I really liked the shirt. Um, but yeah, that's I never knew that story about why you were terrified of Bigfoot.
that's the
Tosh,
that's
hang on a second. Tosh, go lay down. I'm not taking you out right now. I've taken that dog out like 5 or 6 times. I think there's something in heat, and he just
oh,
wants to go outside. It might be me. I'm not sure.
you might be in heat.
Quite possibly.
Hot.
Not 100%.
Um, that's pretty much the short version.
That's the short and
Um,
hairy of it.
that's the short and
Ah,
hairy of it. But yeah, I kind of like as a kid, I put one to one together with Harry and the Hendersons in that in situation. I'm like, oh no. And despite it being called Big Bear didn't have a lot of bears unless you went to the zoo. So it was pretty unlikely that there was a bear there. They have wild donkeys up there, but none of them ever went on the porch, like ever,
I'm
ever,
kind of
ever.
waiting for a punchline. They have big donkeys up there.
Yeah, big donkeys in heat. That was pretty scary.
Ugh.
Not because they have, you know, but when they go in heat, they
Were you,
actually
were you going to make a
run around.
donk joke? Because that's what I
No,
can hear.
I was close. I had to stop myself.
Ah,
But when the wild donkeys go in heat, they run around in herds, like stampede in herds.
I
So
heard that.
all you hear is this like thumping on the ground, or like, oh shoot, what is that? And then all of a sudden you got like 5 or 6 donkeys running through the trees and stuff. So that'd be scary. We'd be outside and playing and stuff, and all of a sudden we'd hear stampede. We're like, oh shit.
So I know you have this weird fear of Bigfoot, and
Mhm.
I I don't know if you've ever heard this, and I tried for the last 2 hours. In fact, we were talking while I was trying to find this. Um, there's a guy on YouTube, and he posted videos, and I could have sworn that I saved it somewhere, but apparently I didn't. Um, he actually claims that he was abducted by Bigfoot. And there was a guy like back in like I think it was 1926 that was abducted by Bigfoot for six
Mhm.
days. I
Oh shoot.
forgot what that story is about, but this guy, and this will really terrify you. You really won't want to go out in the woods, and you'll really be scared of Bigfoot after this. But he said that he has seen Bigfoot and gotten very close to them. Now, what he has also said that Bigfoot is not alone. Bigfoot is not a what do you call it? A singularity. There are many of them, which you would assume since every single country's got, one's got Sasquatch, one's got the skunk
Uh,
ape, Bigfoot.
yeah,
I mean,
Yeti.
they're all over the place. Yeah, Yeti, there you go. I mean, everybody's got their own word for it and their own name. But this guy, whoops, this guy claimed that Bigfoots are the muscle and they're actually extra dimensional. And there's these things called, I think he called them the masters, but again, I can't find the actual video and I can't even find articles on it, which is really weird because it was very interesting. But the Bigfoots are the muscle, and then there's these things called the masters. And I know you've heard of people seeing transparent predator like things in the woods, right?
Mm-hmm, hmm.
Well, that's what the masters are. This guy claims that these things have taken a liking to him. I think he said they abducted him and they actually follow him home to his apartment in the city. And they come into his house and he can see like the weird transparent like ripple, like just in his living room and crap. And
Oh shit!
he's like they just want me to know that they can get that close to me and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm like, that's the most terrifying thing in the world because I know you say that sometimes out of the corner of your eye you think you see stuff in your house. Well, what if it's not a ghost? What if it's one of the masters?
They follow me from the mountains.
I'm saying, what if they marked you way back then? What if you didn't notice the masters and the you're looking around?
Oh, hopefully they could pick some winning lottery numbers. Oh, I gotta switch back to the cat. Ruby is doesn't want to be on camera.
What?
Go ahead. Okay, go go. Run. Run.
Huh? Huh?
Ripley
Huh?
says, "Huh? Eh." All right, where's my spaceship thing? Actually, I should be in the forest
Oh
considering the
yeah,
conversation.
you should be in
Um,
the forest. But I
I
mean,
could
just think
believe.
about that for a second.
Here we go. I could believe that because excuse me. Certain tribes, like a lot of American Indians, kind of believe a similar thing. From what I saw, I think a documentary on it. I don't remember the exact details, but yeah, they described a very similar, a very very similar thing where um they have a magic to them or like a some kind of supernatural power that prevent like pretty much if you see one it's by accident and most of the time that you can't see them because they make themselves
They're whores.
you know invisible.
I just thought that was really interesting because I had never heard that theory before. And again, this was like probably 2 years ago that it was a little over
Mhm.
2 years ago that I had heard this before. And had you ever heard that before?
Yeah, with the well, I haven't heard this exact story, but the thing with American Indians kind of is very very similar to what you described.
Yeah, they usually have like skinwalkers and stuff, or I mean, because that's just a really powerful um, evil. Um, I don't know if they what do they call it in Native American? Is it witch doctor or
Yeah, the skinwalkers were witch doctors, um, but mostly during like, to my understanding, during warring times.
hmm.
So war between tribes, you'd have your witch doctors, which are your healers and stuff, or spiritual connection between the dead and the living, and then you'd have your skinwalkers, which are more malicious, and
And
they
then
would go out.
there's always Skinwalker Ranch. That's a real favorite topic of mine. I've always wanted to go to Skinwalker Ranch and see what the deal is.
Dude, right? When you go, let me know.
Let me go. When you go, let me know because I'm gonna bring my Bigfoot master. I'm gonna throw him in the back of my truck. We'll go.
Yeah, he'll be fine. He's totally down with it. But
um,
no, that's trippy. Maybe maybe I do. Sometimes I get shadow people, and maybe they're not shadow people at all.
I'm just saying. And that's another thing. I know I bring up movies a lot because they've been a very big part of my life. More specifically, when I was younger, and I
Mhm.
saw this movie called. Uh, wait, was it? Now I can't remember what the movie was called. Now I gotta upset the stream here.
No,
Pull. I'll
no.
pull this over here
Why?
because I want to say that the movie was called Them. Uh,
There is a my brother. Again, he likes to send me these things,
hmm.
Bigfoot things. Um, he sent me a video of what they assume was a Bigfoot sound, and it sounds freaking terrifying. Really, like I'll try to find it right now and see if you want to play it. But it's
I've heard
some guy
some
in a
really weird Bigfoot noises. Oh no, it's called They.
he's in a he's in a like a rest stop. He's a truck driver in a rest stop, and he just hears this like screaming in a jungle. I don't know if it's this one. Please be this one. Nope, that's not it. But while I'm looking for that, tell us about they.
So They, it came out in 2002. It's a low-rated movie. It's got a 4.8 out of 10 on IMDb, and I have no idea why. Actually, I do. The acting's just kind of so-so. I mean, it's not like a B movie or anything. At least I don't consider it a B movie.
Mhm.
Um, but it's by Wes Craven, and
Mhm.
I I love that movie. The whole thing about that movie is this girl's little and she's scared of these shadow things in her closet. She don't know what they are. They always come out of her closet at night. And the telltale sign is when the electricity is disrupted and the lights flicker, you can tell they're nearby.
Mhm.
Well, the whole premise of the story is these things came out of the closet, pulled her in the closet, marked her by shoving this. I believe it was in like the back of her head near her neck, but it's a really long black piece, like a piece of their body, and they marked her. And what they do is they come back later in life to abduct these people and eat them.
Oh
So
hell
it's
no.
like it's literally the the story of the monster in the closet. And I
Mhm.
just that right there, I was like, okay, I was always scared of the monster in the closet when I was little. Now you just got to be scared of the dude next door. But what? I'm serious though. It's funny, but I'm serious. Um, but that's the whole premise of the movie, and that's why I said about the Masters with
Mhm.
Bigfoot. I was like, you know, what if the Bigfoot was going over to Big Bear and looking for somebody, and the Masters marked you, and they just been following you around, just messing with you.
Yeah, I mean,
Hopefully, they don't eat you.
yeah. I mean, maybe they're waiting, observing. But that brings me to another idea. What if they're not of this world? I mean, you
That's
got
what I
different
mean.
types.
They're
They're
extra
Chewbacca's.
dimensional, is what they've been calling.
They're a bunch of Chewbacca's. Because, like, you think about it, they have the technology to disappear. They have the technology to, follow you home. You can't do anything about it. And then, like, they've been around for, shoot, if the American Indians know about them, they've been around probably forever. But what do they do? I feel like they're mostly observant than anything else, right?
I
Which,
I think I just know. Do you have cat ears on your headphones?
long story. Well, actually, a
No,
very
it's
short
not a
story.
long story, Ben. It's not a long story. You
Very.
went from a cat like VTuber to just having cat ears on. Why?
And they light up too. Um,
No.
so, so I used to have cat ears when I first started streaming. I don't know if anyone remembers that. I found a video, by the way, but I gotta send it to myself. So I Ruby's. These are Ruby's headphones. She
Yeah, Ruby's
started getting
headphones.
headaches because they're too tight, and so I took them over, and she's using my headphones right now, and they are kind of tight. I think I need to give them to my daughter or something because
So you're
they're
like
pretty
cat
uncomfortable.
dad,
But
literally.
really, yeah, seriously. But yeah,
Rip.
they're Ruby's headphones.
Okay, I thought I'd just point that out 'cause I thought I was going nuts. I'm like, what the? I
No,
don't
they
understand.
they are definitely cat headphones. Here we go. Couldn't complete your request. Try again. What the hell? This is a good video. I need it.
You remind me of the Asian dude on YouTube. He's like, what the hell?
What the hell? I need this. You don't have Instagram, do you?
I do, but I don't ever use it.
Can I can I send this to you on Instagram because it's pretty good.
I don't care.
I don't know if you remember your Instagram credentials or whatever.
I have no clue. Let me see.
uh, is it Rifter
I
still
am
though?
I am Rifter the all one word.
I am Rifter.
No, it's
The
just Rifter the.
oh Rifter the. Okay. Oh hey, I found you.
Yay.
Sent.
Oh,
Because for some reason
apparently
it won't let me copy the link.
new login to Instagram. No, it's not. Let me see. Messages. I don't see a message from you. You sent me a message on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Does
It
it
might have
usually
been with my
take a minute?
so it was my personal Instagram. No, it's with my main Instagram. I'll send it again. It might take a minute. But anyways, interdimensional. What does that mean? Like
Extra dimensional?
extra dimensional? Because like
Something
arguably
beyond
people.
the third dimension. Because we see. So there's a big argument too. Is do we see in 3D or do we see in 2D? Because literally this right here, this
Mhm,
this could be right next to this to the camera. You wouldn't know, like other than my fingers being right there, you wouldn't know that this wasn't right next to the camera
mhm,
just because of its size. So if it was coming towards you, the only thing you notice is that it's getting bigger. You don't actually see that it's getting closer. Your only
mhm,
sense is this thing's getting bigger, so it must be getting closer to me. So what if the object was getting bigger, but it was actually moving back? It would still look like it's staying in the same spot, right?
yeah.
So people argue that we don't actually see in 3D, we see in 2D. Well, an extra dimensional being would be a being that exists in a, a dimensional level above us. So they
So
would have
different.
4 dimensions, 5 dimensions, six, whatever their crazy deal is. So I mean, the transparent people could be a fourth dimension.
Mhm. It's just transparent to us because we can't see on that level of. We can't see on that level, right?
Exactly.
Makes sense.
And I'm still looking for this thing. I don't.
There's like a little chat bubble. It should be if you're looking for it on the phone.
Oh wait, it says. Oh, that's weird. It doesn't show it on the computer, but it showed it on my phone. It said requested that you wanted to contact me.
Oh, that's
Okay,
strange.
there we go.
That's that's new to me. Oh shit.
So send it again because it's just a
Okay.
blank message at this point.
Hold on, let me send it again. But yeah, extra dimensional. That's I could see that. I think a lot of things that we claim are supernatural are extra dimensional. And I think maybe some people, some lucky people, are able to see extra dimensional stuff.
It's possible. You never know
See,
how
and
people perceive reality.
yeah, it's true. But I'd like to think I'm not crazy.
I mean,
I hope
I know I'm weird. I don't know if I'm crazy or not, but
maybe just I might be a little bit, but
sometimes the high pitched squealing in my ear makes me think that I'm crazy.
oh no.
There we go. Eerie howls heard at truck stop.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about those.
Wow, that is loud. Whoa, what happened? Is that it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sounds
there
like an
it
air raid
is.
alert.
What the app?
That to me, that sounds like a wolf. So, let me see. I would love to play what I've heard before, but I have a feeling this thing would get taken down or it would get muted, one of the two.
Why?
Because it's actually part of a documentary.
Oh. But people play stuff all the time. Maybe it
Yeah,
might.
let me see.
I think if it's short enough, it won't matter.
There we go. This is off of Missing 411 The Hunted. It's a really, really good documentary. I got to fast forward to the part I'm talking about. It's really close to the end. Come on. Or maybe it's not The Hunted. Maybe it was the other Missing 411. Nope. I think this is it. I got to get to a certain part of this thing, though. But so like while I'm trying to find this, my favorite cryptid of all, and I know it's just like an internet hoax pretty much, but it's called the Rake. Have you ever seen that before or heard of it?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh man, that thing is creepy. And there's some
You know,
photos on the internet that look pretty weird and like from the descriptions people have given of it, uh, yeah, it's otherworldly.
like I know a lot of people say that cryptids are hoaxes, and sure, maybe some of them, but there's a lot of. I feel like anything that's said always has some sort of truth in it, and if
Every
it's not true around us, it's got to be true somewhere. Like,
every
why
lie
else?
is 90% truth.
Well, I mean, it has to have some truth in it. Like, you think about it, like in the movies, is like, I see the good in you, like in Star Wars or something. Like, you got a little bit of good in you, just a little bit of light. But like, why make up the story? Like, Philippines, for example. Ruby and her family, and like pretty much like 80 something, like statistically 80% of the country believes that the Aswang is real, which is like a flying demon thing that eats babies.
Well,
Like,
that's not terrifying at all.
yeah, like there's other cryptids there that are actually really cool. Well, I mean, cool to me, but like, terrifying at the same time. That, like, again, like 80% of the country believes in it, or believes that it's real.
I found it. So this is from Missing 411 The Hunted.
Mhm.
It's it's a good documentary, and so is Missing, just the regular Missing 411. That's like my favorite subject in the entire world is missing people. Like people that it's a cold case. No one's ever found them. They just disappear without a trace because it's like something had to happen to these guys, but no
Yeah.
one knows. And like everything's recorded now. Everything's on either closed circuit or open circuit TV where people can check. but it is nuts that no one can know what happened to somebody that disappears.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the noises, and this was supposedly recorded by some guys in 1971, and they've got a place up by Yosemite National Park,
Mm-hmm.
and these are the noises they heard. And judging by the sounds, they had some what do they call it, audio engineers or something. I forgot what they called it. But they had them analyze it, and they said that these creatures had to be at least like something like 10 feet tall, or it was just ridiculous. But here's the noises. That's them mimicking it. But listen to this next step.
There's two of them across the creek at the big rocks.
It just sounds weird. Like they, I don't want to play too much of it because it's just gonna get taken down. But there's there's like weird clicks and stuff like that. I don't know. It's just very interesting to me because it's like,
No,
are
that's
what
insane.
were those things? Especially because they said that they're supposed to be so much bigger than humans and their lung capacity is bigger and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? Let me
Yeah,
see.
if I was the one out there, I'd be like, baby, baby Ruth. It's a
You
bunch
are
of
so
sloths out there,
stupid.
dude.
Okay, here we go.
Imagine if I replied like that.
The analysis revealed that the sounds were made by a creature physically larger than a man, based on pitch and sound, height estimated between 7 foot 3 inches and 8 feet tall. There was more than one creature recorded. The formant frequencies were found. Jesus, the formant frequencies found were clearly lower than human, and their distribution does not indicate that they were a product of it disappeared, a product of human vocalizations or speed alteration. So they don't know what these things were that they heard.
Mhm. Sounds
Very
pretty like
yes,
you think about monkeys, you can't. They make similar sounds, but not like that.
not like this.
Not like this. And then you think about other animals like wolves or whatever. Kind of same thing. Especially when it's responding like that. You're getting a response.
Yeah, the whole
That
call and response thing is creepy as hell.
because if it was something like a dog or a wolf or whatever, or even a monkey, the chances of it responding like one to one like that is, I'd assume, is pretty low. I think if anything, you'd probably spook it away by screaming at the top of a mountain.
I don't know, man. Something 7 foot 3, 8 feet tall. You start doing that, and it comes towards you. You'll probably stop pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
I do like the nice little comforting fire you have behind you. That's quite
I know
nice.
it's kind of warm.
It's not really, is it, though?
No,
No. Okay.
it's just pretend. I used to have a fireplace.
Yeah, I'm
Used
glad I don't have a fireplace. I don't want one. Oof. Um,
they're a lot of work.
yeah, this is just like a pool. My wife keeps bugging me for a pool. I don't want a pool because I don't want to take care of a pool.
It's a lot of work.
Yes, it
I
is.
have a pool and a hot tub. It's a lot of work.
I have a pool and a hot tub. Uh,
I think
uh,
I spend pretty much uh, like 3/4, 9 months cleaning and maintaining those things.
nope.
Mhm.
No. I'm already out. I don't have that kind of time. Yeah, they may be
This
fun, but I'm out.
yeah, get a kiddie pool. Those are much more. They're a lot easier. They sell pretty good inflatable ones though that adults could at least sit in, which aren't bad. but because you don't have to chlorinate them, you just fill them up and empty them when you're done. But like a real pool, so many things go into that. Like I'm very surprised. Like had I known I had to go into that much work into it, uh, I probably would have said no.
No, I'm not a fan.
Yeah, but yeah, no, it's yeah, those it's crazy. Oh, today, today, I saw something on my newsreel um that they used AI to clean up the more popular videos of Bigfoot, like of him walking through the forest and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know the skeptics in the comments will be like, "Oh, some guy's late for his costume party," but I don't know. I think it seems pretty seamless. Like it cleaned it up pretty good, but it was pretty seamless. Like it didn't look like a costume. I
Here's the thing, though. You never know. At that point, it could be a deep fake.
because when did the first like when did those Bigfoot like videos first come out?
Um, the now I can't even think of who it is. It's the something film. It's the most famous one too. It's like 50 seconds, and I can't even remember what the
I
dude's name
think
is. Yes, him. What did you say? Himmler?
Gimlin,
Gimlin. Okay, yeah, that's it.
1967. So like, what did an ape suit look like in 1967?
Yeah, as I say, I mean, you would have to have like some top tier effects. Like,
it looks like it looks like the black and white King Kong kind of ape suit. You know, like that's not convincing. It's this
so
movie looks
what
more natural.
when costume design in movies really hit a peak, and I mean just for the time, was probably around like 1979 with the movie Alien, because those looked scary and those looked pretty real. And I don't know of any movies before that that just had like special effects that would even hold up today. And I just mean like costume design.
Yeah, and yeah, if this was a costume back then, they must have had a really good artist. But yeah, they cleaned it up with AI, and it I mean, it's still not the best quality, but it's a lot better of a quality, and it just seemed to like for me as a believer, it's a little bit more um re reassuring, I guess. But to the skeptics, they just but skeptics will always be skeptics, I guess.
Well, here's the thing. You're looking at a true skeptic here. I don't believe crap. I mean, I trust you because I've known you for quite a while, and I don't think you would just deliberately lie about some crazy crap up in Big Bear. But rando number five on the internet that I don't know him, and it's just like I have no idea if you're making this up or on peyote or you're dropping some wild mushrooms. I don't know
Right.
what you're doing in your spare time. So I don't know. You're looking at a true skeptic of everything. I don't just believe in ghosts. I don't just believe in Bigfoot. There, okay, about a year ago, and another video of Bigfoot I can't lie. It's like they're scrubbing this stuff from the internet.
Mhm, mhm.
But there was a guy on vacation with his family, and he captured the first like I don't know if it was 4K, but it was HD footage of Bigfoot or something. It wasn't a bear. It wasn't a guy in a costume because it was really big. And they're like what is that? And he zoomed into it, and it's partially obstructed by the trees, but it is huge, and it's just like cracking trees over, and like Bigfoot, like the screen is this big. Bigfoot's like this big on the screen, so it's like
Damn.
he. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. it
Right?
it could it's not special effects because you can zoom in and you can tell when something is special effects. You can compare the grain of one object to another, and you either have to be really good or film at a low enough ISO where it's smooth, and then you have to put a grain filter over the top of everything once you render it. I don't think this was it. So
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, some things are pretty obvious, like special effects, but
yeah, like if you see a video of a unicorn, I mean, it's probably not real.
yeah.
It could be swamp gas reflecting off the planet Venus. You never know.
Well, about unicorns.
I love me some unicorns.
I love me some My Little Ponies. Every
I know
pony
you
loves me.
do. I know you do.
Um, but yeah. Well, like the Natural History Museum says that unicorns are real, but it's because in history, that's what people call them. They called rhinos. It's rhinos. You got rhinos. They have this like an antelope thing in Asia that like if you look at its head at the right angle, it looks like it has a single horn, but it actually has two because it's just that parallel and that like evenly shaped. So
That's the whole 3D versus 2D. Uh,
right, right, right,
uh,
exactly. So, but I could be pretty skeptical about things, but like I guess I haven't I keep an open mind that anything is possible. I mean, no one thought that no one like I mean, I'm sure a few people, but I mean like the the normal person wouldn't think that UFOs are real and here comes the US government with UAPs.
oh yeah, unidentified aerial phenomena. So just so you know, I'm not a complete skeptic. My wife will not admit to this anymore. She thinks it's too crazy, and we both saw it. Okay, I will preface this explanation with my wife saw it too. This was in 2018, right?
Mhm.
So we live in a very small town, and we were driving into the next town over because this town's small and it sucks. It doesn't really suck. It's just a tiny place, and there's like a McDonald's, and that's it. I think there's a Subway too. But we were driving into the next town. I forgot where we were going. Probably going to Taco Bell because because there's nothing else in this town, and we were just like, oh, we need something cheap. We want fourth meal. Anyway,
Yes. Yes. Fourth wheel.
so in 2018, I was huge into YouTube and just recording everything, posting it, doing This Is My Nightmare episodes left and right, which nobody watches, but still, I was doing them, and that's the point.
Yes.
So we were in her Chevy Blazer. We were driving northeast, and I'm trying to think of the map between our town and the other one. We were driving northeast, and it's dark out. There was no moon. There were no aircraft in sight. Left side of the road is so weird. When I first saw it, I just saw a spotlight down in this person's like backyard, and I'm looking at it. And I'm like, and I even said it's like, oh, somebody's getting busted by the cops. You know, they're looking for an escaped convict or something. And as we get
Nice.
closer, I'm like, can you hear the helicopter? And she's like, no, I don't hear anything. I'm like, that's really weird that you can't hear anything coming from whatever that is. We get closer and closer, and I'm like, that's not a helicopter. It's not a plane because it's just there. Just and as we get closer, we see it turning because of our perspective. It is a square.
Huh.
Just a square. I don't know if it was a cube because I didn't have any lights on the top, but there was a giant light in the center, and it had one on each corner, and you could kind of see the outline of just a square. And I'm like just staring out the window, and I remember looking at my wife, and since I had been filming everything, because I'm really annoying when I get a camera in my hands, I'm like, I just looked at her and I said, honey, I feel like I should be recording this. Like I feel like this is important. Like I should be recording this. The whole time I've got my cell phone in my hand, I don't record it. I'm the stupidest person in the world at this point. And here's the thing: we were maybe 100 feet, between 50 and 100 feet from it. That's how close we were. We're not very far at all. So I know what I saw. She will not admit to it because she's like, I was driving. I don't know what I saw anymore. I'm like, oh, whatever. You just don't want to sound like a crazy person. This is the only time something cool like that has happened in my life, and you will not take this from me. So, so,
Yes.
so we drive by it, and my look is just worried. I'm like, I feel like I should be recording this, honey. I said it twice. I feel like I should be recording this. I don't record it. She looked at me, and she looked like she was kind of panicked too. She's like, "You want me to turn around?" I was like, "Yes, please." And I got my camera ready. It was gone. There was no sight of it.
Oh,
No, no. And here's the thing: it took us about 45 seconds to turn around. If that was a plane or a helicopter, we would see a flashing light somewhere. This thing had no
right.
flashing lights. It was just a solid. There's a solid light in the center and four solid lights on the side. It was gone, not making any noise. It wasn't disrupting the trees. There was no wind, and I was like, a once in a lifetime opportunity, and I just screwed it away by saying, "I feel like I should be filming this. I feel like I should be filming this," and it was so weird. It was like I was in a trance. I'm like, take your camera out of your butt and film it.
But hey, maybe it isn't your fault. Maybe you were
Mine.
too close. Mind manipulation. You know, like maybe like they were preventing you from thinking straight and actually recording it. Because you think about all these recordings, they're from not 100 feet away. These recordings are like from like 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 a mile away, a couple miles away. You know what I mean? And all these sightings and stuff, they're at a distance, but being like 100 feet away from that, like
I didn't feel like my mind was right because I was so flabbergasted, I guess, because I was just like, I didn't I didn't know what I was seeing because we were dead set on it being a helicopter.
right?
And there's an airport 2 or 3 miles to the southwest because we were traveling southeast. There's an airport like 2 or 3 miles to the southwest, and it wasn't the same thing because helicopters have a flashing red light on it.
Yeah.
Planes have a flashing red and a flashing green light. There was nothing, and it
Well,
was too big to be a drone. So
what's the quietest flying vehicle that you could think of?
I think there's a, and I
Probably a
know
drone, right?
this is from a movie. They called it the stupid Whisper Drive, but that's just the name they use. But the helicopter that they flew, I think that was the quietest helicopter that they've got. And it's you know how some helicopters the tail rotor is just exposed.
Hmm.
Well, this is one of those helicopters where it's actually inside of like a fan shield, and
Oh,
it's
okay.
just a circle with the blade in the center of it. And I can't remember the model, but
Because my experience of like drones, which I feel like are pretty quiet compared to larger vehicles, are not quiet. They sound like weed whackers. Like
no, they
I
shouldn't be quiet.
yeah. So like I can't
Yeah,
imagine like a square in the sky being that
can
quiet if it's a
well,
drone. You know what I mean?
let me see.
Private?
Boop. We're gonna do that one. Check this out.
Hmm.
That that right there, or this right here. You see that in Kate? It's like in. It's got the little rotor shield on it.
Yeah.
An H-130 Airbus, shrouded tail rotor. Shroud. It's got a shroud on it. That's what I was trying to think of. But I mean, it's a helicopter, so it's still loud. But
Yeah.
that's the quietest helicopter um, right now.
Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. But I think that's plausible. Like Smiles, I think saw something similar too on the what was it? Nearby freeway. It's actually closer to him. But yeah, on the freeway he saw something like that. I don't know what shape it was, but he explained an experience where
I remember him telling that story in like it was like I think it was your first podcast actually.
could have been, could have been. He I think he's said it on a couple occasions too. So it's not like something that I'm just making it up. No, he repeated the same the same story twice in a row. So it's you know
I get more irritated every time I tell the story, so I'm a little bit more projecting with my voice because I still every time I think about not filming the stupid thing and just saying I feel like I should be filming this. I feel like I should be filming this. I get dumber and dumber, or at least I feel like I do, because I'm just like, why would you not just pull out your phone and actually film it, you idiot?
but again, it might have not been your fault. It might have not been your fault.
It might not have been, but hey, what's up, Uncle Hoax? Uncle Hoax. He's the
because
creepy uncle.
like you said, you record everything, right? So like, why would you tell yourself that? So
I recorded
unless
my son at softball practice yesterday and put it on YouTube. Why would I not record an unidentified aerial phenomenon?
right, exactly. So I think you were mind manipulated by space aliens, man.
I got
That's what
mind melded by
mind
Paul.
melded by what's it called?
Alf.
By Chewbacca. Hey,
I got screwed by Melmacs. Melmacians. Yeah, I know he was from the planet Melmac, but I don't know what they called themselves.
um, Bigfoot.
It's really
Alpha
funny. You do know
Alpha's
what ALF
furry.
stands for, right?
No.
Alien life form.
Oh
That's what I called
shoot.
him, ALF.
So easy.
At least
And I
I'm
had
pretty
no idea.
sure. I'm pretty sure that's why they
I can
called him
believe
ALF.
that.
But ALF literally is an abbreviation for alien life form.
That's pretty genius, actually. I'd have to say that's pretty because no one knows. They're just like, oh, cool, it's an alien named Alf. But yes, Alf is hairy. Chewbacca. What other furry aliens can you think of that would resemble a Sasquatch? I mean, Alf would be some kind of pygmy Sasquatch or something. That thing's short.
Remember, you remember, which it wouldn't.
Ooh,
God,
ooh, ooh! I know. Earth girls are easy. Do you remember that movie?
I'd like you all to thank you all for joining us, and we're going to end the podcast right now.
No, no. It's a comedy with Jeff Goldblum, Jim Carrey, and I forgot the other guy's name.
As I said, thank you for tuning in.
There was a green alien, a green furry alien, a red furry alien, and a blue furry alien.
So,
Damon
what?
Wayans.
Oh, yeah, we're definitely ending the podcast here then. What? So, okay, this isn't a human form, but if you remember, awesome movie from the '80s called Critters.
Yes.
Remember Critters 2, the giant ball of critters?
Yeah. Hmm.
That's one alien that was it's spiny, but it looked kind of furry.
Yeah. I mean, hedgehog-ish, I guess. It's
Hey, Sonic, he was an alien,
true too. So is Knuckles.
and he was one of the primary colors as well as the other things that you're talking about.
Hmm. So maybe some some alien some Sasquatch muses on those aliens, right?
Possibly. So I was talking about a little while ago the rake, and I just want
Mhm.
to read you like the description of the rake, or if I could find the story. Let me see. Okay, I know you were kind of pressed for time. You got a minute for a story?
Yeah, dude. Well, until I get that call, but I think I'm okay for now. So.
Okay, so the rake. Let me see. Appearance. The rake, and again, this is off of creepy pasta, so I know it's completely fake, but for lack of a better term, if you look up the Rake on YouTube, there are
Oh,
some
that's fair.
really weird videos of what this thing looks like, especially over in the UK. They found some footage. Well, not found some footage. The I guess the government. I don't know. Whoever goes down in their sewers, I would assume it's the government. But it was a one of those motorized robotic cars, and it was just
Mhm.
taking film in the sewers or whatever they call it. The loo. I don't know what they call their sewers. Anyway, you see this thing run by the tunnel. It almost looks like it's fake, but if it's fake, it is very well done. And I
What?
really, I really wish I could. Hang on. So the rake is the name. Well, let me read this real quick. The rake is the name given to a strange pale-skinned creature that stalks its victims on all fours and has the appearance that somewhat resembles a mutated dog. The fanged and taloned creature is commonly said to live in woods or forested areas. Let's see.
Yeah, this thing looks nuts.
Oh, did you look at it?
I googled it. Yeah,
You gotta look
I
at
didn't
it.
see the video, but um, which kind of I mean, if you think about it, you look at some of these pictures, it kind of could resemble a skinwalker or shapeshifter, um, or just something else entirely. This thing is creepy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, imagine if it's like an abandoned gray. his,
Okay.
he was exiled on Earth.
Here we go. You may have to. Oh no, wait. That's right. I can. Why do I keep doing that? Idiot. Present now. A window. That one. Okay. I'm gonna mute the audio, but can you see my entire screen now?
I can, yeah. I don't know
Let me-
why Google does it. Oh, okay, no, you're good.
There we go. Ignore. All right. Now I think everyone can see it. But this thing.
Grayed out because of Google. Oh, there you go. No, that's perfect.
So look at this thing in the background. Tell me anything you know that can move this fast.
They need to update their
Just
sewer system. Yeah, it's
look at
peaking.
that thing.
Got long ass arms. It's a sewer Sasquatch.
Did you see how quick it moved?
Yeah, it's like hell no. I'm out.
And there's one other one.
Fucking
Uh,
sewer Squatch.
yeah, I think this is it. Oh, ads, ads, ads. Skip ads. I think this is it. And of course, this was filmed with a potato. So,
Yeah, it's funny how that happens.
but I mean, this is just like an inspection camera on a robot.
Yeah. Oh, look at them rats.
Yeah, those are rats, but
Free food.
no, there's something that's gonna run by right here, and it's got really long arms. I think.
If the rats scatter, it was really there.
Man,
That or
I
you
don't.
just don't notice.
I don't think that was it. Maybe this was it. Oh yeah, I think this is it. Watch in the background. Are you serious? Really?
These must be really old sewers to be like, or maybe I just don't know what a sewer really looks like. Yeah, I'd assuming that like sewers would look like
There it
this.
is. There it is. This is the one that I saw. Watch how fast that thing goes across there.
Damn.
I mean, that thing had really long arms too. But that, like, if you type in the rake and sewer,
Mhm.
that's what that's what you end up getting, which is pretty creepy.
Well, I'm glad it's in the sewer, not anywhere else.
here's
But they
here's the
say it's in the
little
forest, so I mean, you know.
and here's the little story. And again, I know it's creepypasta. I know that this is completely made up, but so again, I told you I'm not. Wow, you're really big on my screen.
Oh yeah, I a
There we
big
go.
boy. All I can see is me.
Mm.
Oh, there we go.
So there's this thing where it's saying that when you believe in something, you make it real. Like you lend enough belief to make something real. I know creepypasta is completely fake, and there are some very interesting and compelling stories on there. But what if they made up a story and this thing already existed? They just kind of gave a name and a presence to it.
Yeah, but
So
like I said, there's maybe a little bit of truth in every story that's told. So maybe like by they made it up and they accidentally stumbled on something that could be real. And they like connected the dots,
yeah, like Edward Snowden, right?
right?
So I'm gonna read this little story. I think I can read it quick enough. Um, this is from a
Okay.
witness in 2006. 3 years ago, I had just returned from a trip from Niagara Falls with my family for the 4th of July. We were all very exhausted after a long day of driving, so my husband and I put the kids right to bed and called it a night. At about 4 a.m., I woke up thinking my husband had gotten up to use the restroom. I used the moment to steal back the sheets, only to wake him in the process. I apologized and I told him I thought he got out of bed. When he turned to face me, he gasped and pulled his feet up from the end of the bed so quickly his knee almost knocked me out of bed. Then he grabbed
Yeah.
me and said nothing. After adjusting to the dark for half a second, I was able to see what caused the strange reaction. At the foot of the bed, sitting and facing away from us, there was what. Whoa. Then an ad popped up and it jumped down. Uh, there was what appeared to be a naked man or a large hairless dog of some sort. Its body position was disturbing and unnatural, as if it had been hit by a car or something. For some reason, I was not instantly frightened by it, but more concerned as to its condition. Not me, I'd be terrified.
Yeah, say hell no.
Yeah, at this point, I was somewhat under the assumption that we were supposed to help him. My husband was. Oh my gosh, this ad's annoying. My husband was peering over his arm and knee, tucked into the fetal position, occasionally glancing at me before returning to the creature. In a flurry of motion, the creature scrambled around the side of the bed, then crawled quickly in a flailing sort of motion right along the bed until it was less than a foot from my husband's face. The creature was completely silent for about 30 seconds, or probably closer to 5, it just seemed like a while. Just looking at my husband, the creature then placed its hands on his knees and ran into the hallway leading into the kids' room. I screamed and ran for the light switch, planning to stop him before he hurt my children. When I got to the hallway, the light from the bedroom was enough to see it crouching and hunched over about 20 feet away. He turned around and looked directly at me, covered in blood. I flipped the light switch on the wall and saw my daughter, Clara. The creature had ran down the stairs while my husband and I rushed to help our daughter. She was very badly injured and spoke only once more in her short life, she said. Or she said, "He is the Rake." My husband drove his car into a lake that night while rushing our daughter to the hospital. He did not survive. Being a small town, being a small town, news got around pretty quickly. The police were helpful at first, and the local newspaper took a lot of interest as well. However, the story was never published, and the local television news never followed up either. For several months, my son Justin and I stayed in a hotel near my parents' house. After we decided to return home, I began looking for answers myself. I eventually located a man in the next town over who had a similar story. We got in contact and began talking about our experiences. He knew of two other people in New York who had seen the creature we now referred to as the Rake. It took the four of us about 2 solid years of hunting on the internet and writing letters to come up with a small collection of what we believed to be accounts of the Rake. None of them gave any details, history, or follow up. One journal had an entry involving the creature in its first 3 pages and never mentioned it again. A ship's log explained nothing of the encounter, saying only that they were told to leave by the Rake. That was the last entry in the log. There were, however, many instances where the creature's visit was one of a series of visits with the same person. Multiple people also mentioned being spoken to, my daughter included. This led us to wonder if the rake had visited any of us before our last encounter. Um, there's not much more of this. If this thing would stop jumping around,
Is it
there we
a
go.
creepy pasta?
Yes.
No.
I set up a digital recorder near my bed and left it running all night, every night for 2 weeks. I would tediously scan through the sounds of me rolling around in bed each day when I woke up. By the end of the second week, I was quite used to the occasional sound of sleep while blurring through the recording at 8 times the normal speed. This still took almost an hour every day. On the first day of the third week, I thought I heard something different. What I found was a shrill voice. It was the rake. I can't listen to it long enough to even begin to transcribe it. I haven't let anyone listen to it yet. All I know is that I've heard it before, and I now believe that it spoke when it was sitting in front of my husband. I don't remember hearing anything at the time, but for some reason the voice on the recorder immediately brings me back to that moment. The thoughts that must have been going through my the thoughts that must have gone through my daughter's head make me really upset. I have not seen the rake since he ruined my life, but I know that he has been in my room while I slept. I know and fear that one night I'll wake up to see him staring at me. And that's the end of the story. Now, again, creepy pasta, completely fake, but that thing in the sewer. I mean, if somebody faked that video, that's that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty well done. Like
But
really well.
that creature, I don't know why I'm obsessed with it, but I love the story of the rake. I don't know why
Yeah.
I want that to be a real thing.
Why
Because
would you want it?
I don't know. It's like I feel like I should be recording this.
I feel like I should. Yeah, I should be like, you know, we're never gonna let that down.
No,
now,
I know.
now that we know I feel like we should be recording
And
this.
I told the story on my YouTube channel too, just on one of my This Is My Nightmare episodes. And on
Yeah.
that episode, I think my wife was agreeing with me. But now, like years later, she's like, I don't know what I saw. I was driving. I'm like, you are so full of me, Crob, right now.
No, no, you said it. It's right here on YouTube. Don't take it down.
Hey, it's on the internet. It's got to be true, right?
Gotta be true. It's gotta be true.
Yeah, it's got to be true, yo.
It's gotta be true, yo. I mean, there are dogs that resemble kind of the same thing. They said it was a dog shape, right? Wasn't there like a
Yeah,
there's like a trend going on right now with the let me whip for you. That dog. What dog is that?
I have no idea.
Let me whip for you. Kermit.
You just kind of sound like a weird version of Kermit.
Let me do it for me. It's Miss Piggy saying it, but I don't know why they have this dog doing it. What kind of dog is it? It's the kind of like the really tall, skinny dogs that you would see at dog shows. And they not poodles though.
They have the really long snout.
Yes, Borzoi. Is that what it's called? Or is that just the name?
Uh,
Yeah,
Archer's
Borzoi.
mom had one.
Borzois. Borzois? Borzoi. Borzoi.
Uh,
These are hairy ones.
Borzoi.
Uh huh.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly the one I was talking about too.
Yeah. I could kind of see that being mistaken for something else. Especially like in the middle of the night, if it was hit by a car and bloodied up. Or if someone's just a dick and shaves it bald. Or, I mean, if an animal has mange, I mean, like a domesticated animal in the wild could get mange, which kind of disfigures it and could make it hairless too. So,
And then it's a goat sucker.
and then it's a goat sucker, chupacabra, a chupa thingy.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's crazy. I mean, who knows? It could be a different type of Sasquatch too. A city Sasquatch.
Uh,
Because you got Sasquatch, you got
bald
Bigfoot,
squatch.
you got Yetis. There was another one. There's a bunch of different names for Sasquatch.
Yeah, skunk ape, yeti, Sasquatch, Bigfoot.
There
Uh,
was a name that really stuck with me, but I don't remember what it was. It's gonna bother me. I gotta look it up.
there's one in Virginia, and I can't remember what it's called.
Oh,
But
there's a Yowie, Almas, a Yeren. Uh, that's not the names I'm looking for though.
is that
Skunk
the
ape
names
I've
you're
heard
looking
of.
for?
But it's something to reinforce my story a little bit with my experiences that Bigfoot. I think statistically, there's more sightings in California, so I think there's a lot of them here, California.
And honestly, I think it's probably because of like all the sequoias up there, like just the huge trees. I think they like that more.
Yeah,
But I
we
mean,
have a
I'm
lot
not
of
a
mountainous
Bigfoot
areas
expert.
here in Canada. I think there's a lot of sightings, but we United States and Canada have the most sightings for UAPs also.
Let's ask Googanator next time we see him. It's like it'll just be like, "Hey, you see any Bigfoots? Hey, you hoser." How's Tim
Yes,
Horton?
yes. Ah, I
Um,
can't find this name, but you know what? It is what it is. Whatever.
yeah, there's one in Virginia, uh, and I can't for the life of me remember what it is, but it's something weird. But oh
And then you got like phenomena like humanzi. Have you ever heard of humanzi?
no, it sounds like a rapper.
It's a chimpanzee that primarily walks bipedal, has a humanish face.
So it's just like an ape.
Yeah, pretty much. But has see, let me take a look. Yeah, like an ape, I guess. But it was very it was a thing for a while. Not like
Is it
Haram like
like Harambe?
some it's called Island of Dr. Moreau kind of
Oh
vibe.
gosh,
Yeah, and they
that's
call it
horrible. That's like the island of misfit mascots.
the island of what is it, interspecies relationships.
Ew. Sounds like you're in Washington at this point.
Oh no. Oh, but yeah,
And we're gonna end it there.
and we're gonna end it there. Do you guys like donkey shows?
Do you guys like donkeys? Oh my God.
Yes.
Actually,
Yeah.
I think my wife and son are gonna be home in a few minutes. This is gonna get really loud here. So we've been going for almost an hour and a half. So I guess that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
I think that's pretty good, man. Like, and you know, I did write the full, like the more in-depth story in my blog. So if you guys, or if you wanted to read it up and get more of the details on that,
Oh, if you want me to look at your big bear story,
yeah, it's there.
mm.
It's not that kind of big bear story.
Aw, you see right through me.
I know
Uh,
I'm a big guy and I'm
why does it
pretty.
sound like you're gagging on your microphone? Oh,
Oh, no. But yeah, yeah, the full story is there. I gave the really really short version. Oh no! Let me stand up. Oh
I'm good.
no!
It's
I
just
just
coming.
finished my filet o fish and extra large fry.
Tartar sauce came back up.
Oh
Ugh.
no! Oh, tangy tartar sauce.
Oh, I'm getting verklempt.
Yes, yes.
But those of you watching, you honestly, everybody in here is probably knows me from Ridiculously Ben's channel. But on the off chance that you don't, or you're watching this on YouTube, or you're listening to me on Spotify, or Stitcher, or
Anchor.
any of the Anchor, actually Anchor, I think was bought out by Spotify.
Oh, okay. But
Yeah,
it's
because
still
it has the Spotify logo on Anchor now, and it says, I think it says Anchor for Spotify now. But
oh,
anyway, if you're listening to me on any of the podcast things, because I know it broadcasts to several different platforms, make sure you check out Ridiculously Ben on Twitch. He is it twitch.com/ridiculously Ben?
twitch.tv slash
Twitch.tv/ ridiculously Ben. Check him out on YouTube. Is it just Ridiculous Ben on YouTube?
um
Or is it Ridiculously Ben?
I don't know. I
I don't know either. I know I'm subscribed and I watch your videos, but
me
I
too. I
don't
don't pay
know
attention.
what your name is. My name's
Uh
easy. It's always the Rifter. So
it's it is ridiculously Ben.
okay, so Ridiculously Ben on YouTube as well. Check me out on YouTube. Hey, I gotta pay the bills somehow, even though it doesn't earn me much. www.youtube.com/c/the Rifter, all one word. Check me out here on Twitch TV, twitch.tv/ honestly, I don't even know what my username is on here.
The_Rifter_.
Is it?
It is.
Is it? Oh wow! I just opened my own stream and it got. Is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Twitch.tv/the_Rifter_.
So yeah, get in your fill of underscores and check us out. Thank you for joining us. Those of you that came in here, Uncle Hoax, Ruby the Ruthless that didn't want to be on camera. Check out Ruby the Ruthless. Don't go check out Uncle Hoax though, because he doesn't want shout outs. And I just want to make that very, very clear. Do not follow Uncle Hoax ever. If you know what's good for you, don't follow Uncle Hoax.
It's dangerous.
Thanks for coming in, Uncle Hoax.
Dangerous.
But follow Ruby the Ruthless. I know I don't need to tell anybody that. She's got 200 something followers. So,
Does she really now?
yeah, she got like 246 followers, I think.
Holy crap.
Doesn't she?
268.
Oh, so she went up 20 since the other day.
She's going to beat me pretty soon.
Well, and look, females are always going to have more subscribers than the males. Always. They don't even have to have their camera on.
And she's wild. So that helps too.
Huh?
Huh? Huh? Oh, Ruby.
Yeah, check her out. Go watch in there. You'll see me smarting off to everybody like I usually do. But yeah, thanks for watching, and for whoever just came in to see the end of this.
This is the end. My old friend.
Story. I don't know. I don't know if any of my people are online.
Thanks for having me, man.
Oh yeah.
Podcast.
You're like
It's definitely fun.
You're one of the regulars, so
One of the regulars.
yeah, but anyway, just check us out. Again, thanks for watching. Don't be strangers, or at least don't be stranger than me.
I like that. I like that.